Hello, Cappies, 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 Cappies. I hope that you are happy. You do feel like you're still going with the whole mojo thing. I think in the last reading I was like, it feels like you're getting your mojo back, and I'm still kind of getting that vibe. I just as I was starting your reading, I was really getting this urge to look at my phone. It's like there's something else on your phone for Capricorn's reading. Now I've got a message. So the first thing I saw when I picked up my phone was someone sent me a message. About the national anthem. So there could be something about the national anthem. Maybe you sing it for, I don't know, school or college or something like that. Maybe you really like Lana Del Rey's national anthem, but there could be something. I mean, the national anthem has just changed in the UK from God Save the Queen to God Save the King. So there could be something about that. But the joke that this person's making, and I hope they don't mind me saying, I don't think they will, is that Lady Gaga's Born This Way is our national anthem. So there could be something about that. You are getting, with Born This Way, you are, I think it's a nice song that kind of does represent what I'm getting for your energy right now, where it's a bit like, I love that quote that you had a couple of weeks back where it was like the confidence you have in your own damn name. So it's like knowing who you are, and kind of like being authentic and kind of like just bossing it is kind of what I'm going to say. So take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I was kind of getting sweater weather, so I don't know. Okay, so it is autumn as well, so I've got like I was really kind of guided to use like a cinnamon kind of autumny winter smell for like the joss stick. So again, getting ready for autumn, getting out the cold weather wardrobe could be a thing, getting out your favourite sweaters could all be stuff for you. Right, what I'm getting mainly for you, you get coming through as mostly very work orientated, and I'm kind of getting like something like you're selling yourself or you're pitching yourself. So rather than pitching an idea, you're like pitching yourself. So it's like maybe you are a pitcher, right? Maybe you actually, don't you get baseball all the time? Like baseball, write a book about baseball, or like pitching, because that's what you do, right? You pitch the ball, like when you're throwing it. I'm not good at baseball, and you know, sometimes at baseball games people sing the national anthem, so that could definitely be a thing for someone as well. Sorry, just getting myself distracted. But it's like you're putting yourself forward, you're selling yourself, like an elevator pitch as well, where it's like, I'm the right person for this job, no one else can do this job like I can, I've got this skill set that I'm indispensable. It's this kind of thing. So, but it's not coming through. There's two different types of you. Some of you, I'm hearing, especially if you have Leo placements, be wary of sounding like you have a big ego, or sounding like you are like, because you've got the song The One and Only as well by Chesney Hawkes. So like, yes, you know that you're indispensable. Yes, you know you're the right person for this job. It's coming from a place of factual knowledge. So it's not coming from a place of ego, right? It's coming from a place of, I know I've got this. I know that I'm the best person to do this because I've got the skills, I've got the knowledge. You know, like I know what I'm doing here. So you know that you're right for the job. But when you're actually saying this to someone, you could come over as overconfident. What I was getting was, especially if you use any kind of stimulant before, if you're going into an interview perhaps, if you use any kind of like a stimulant before you go in. So I was getting something specific, but it's not going to be for all of you. So I'm just going to say Coca-Cola or energy drinks, or coffee, even any kind of like stimulant that's going to get you kind of like awake and ready and prepped. But what I'm hearing is that you don't need it. All it's going to do is make you come across as overexcitable and overconfident. So it's like you're actually better to go in almost like that kind of Virgo grey man energy. So those of you who have a Leo strongly in your chart, be wary of like coming across as being like too big for your boots. You're being encouraged to be more like Virgo. Now Virgo comes through as this kind of like grey man team player energy. So if you know the term grey man, it's an SAS term, and it's like if your unit was captured, not that I think this is happening to any of you, but it's like the term itself. If your unit was captured, you don't want to draw attention to yourself. You don't want to be like the loudest voice in the room. You want to kind of fade into the background a little bit, and this is the idea of the grey man. So you are being asked to come through as, yes, toot your own horn. Yes, say why you're the right person for the job, but do it in a way that is like calm and measured and fact based, much more Virgo, especially with this idea of being the team player. Like, why? So it's not like I want this job because I want this job and I'm best. It's like I want this job because I have the skills to hold the team together. I have, I understand this team. I understand where everybody's talents and skills are and where everybody's best placed. So it's coming through with this more like, yes, you're leading the team, but you're leading the team as part of the team is the way it's coming through. So the word indispensable, excuse me a second. It must be like a kid with a trike or something. There's a nursery. I'm on a nursery route, so there's always like little kids going past. I just keep hearing this bell dinging. So the bell dinging itself could be part of the reading. I don't know if that's significant to anyone. Maybe something's ringing, like something's ringing a bell in your head, something that I'm saying perhaps. Yeah, Indispensable made me think of a song that I channeled. So this is one of the channel songs that I kind of wake up with and it's in my head. And it's Indestructible by Alisha's Attic. And the opening lines are, "Don't look no more." Now that's interesting because you also had a song from Spotify, which is I Don't Want to Know by Leyla Blue. So this idea of not looking or ignoring something, or I don't want to know about that, kind of, I'm going to distract myself, I'm going to go over here. I don't want to know about that thing. Now it could be a person. It could be a person perhaps that you've broken up with. You don't want to know, like, if they're dating anyone. You just rather be in the dark. That kind of energy. Or just something, if it's like a work project that you really wanted, but you're not involved with, it's like, just put it at the back of your mind and focus on whatever your job is. Indestructible is a nice song though, because it says we are indestructible. So it's like, no matter what, you and a friend could have each other's back, or you and a partner could have each other's back, something like that. Now the colour blue, Leyla Blue, keeps coming up, so blue could be a very significant colour for you. Focusing on work tasks, keeping busy. You do feel like you're very, very hyper focused on like work or tasks at the moment. Again, this sense of like having your mojo back, being yourself, and rising above the drama. Now, I am getting a little bit of like, I don't know if it's like office gossip or, competitive stuff going on in work. It could be family as well, but it's coming through kind of visually for me as like work. You had the song Bastards by Kesha, so sorry for the swears, but she says don't let the bastards get you down, which I feel is a reference to The Handmaid's Tale and No Laetite Bastardes called Barandorum, which is not real Latin. So there could be something about like code words or like secret language or something like that doesn't actually make sense to anyone else, but it makes sense to you and your team, or you and your partner, your significant other, something like that. But don't let the bastards get you down. Rise above the drama. So like I say, you've got The One and Only by Chesney. I am the one and only, which to me is a very Capricorn song. I associate it with Capricorn energy. Because sometimes you do present as being kind of overconfident. Sometimes I think it is kind of that kind of balls to the wall attitude of like, I'm going for it. I know that I'm skilled. I know that I'm right for this. I know that I've got I know that I can do this. But then it's like sometimes you have a little confidence wobble where it's like, I've got to prove to everyone else I can do this, and you kind of go over the top with it. You kind of come off as a bit like, all right, like toot your own horn, Cappy. So just be aware of that. But I associate with Capricorn energy because my auntie's Capricorn and she used to love that song, so I always associate it with her. You've also got Power you've got a lot of songs, Capricorn, so I'm sorry, hopefully this isn't going to be the longest intuitive messages ever. You've got 2 and a bit pages of it. Power by Little Mix, and the line that really stood out to me is, they call me Lamborghini because I know what I'm worth, right? So again, you could be going for a pay rise, you could be going for a promotion. It's like, your worth, right? Because it's not just going in and kind of like you know, saying I'm the best, I'm the right person for the job, you're backing it up with that factual evidence. I mean, I think the facts, you know, are undeniable. So you could walk into a room and have somebody with the biggest ego kind of like really being a bit of a showman and kind of like saying, I'm the right person for the job. But if you go in there with, you know, a list of, you know, I proved myself here, I achieved this, these are my sales records, you know, and you actually go in with the evidence of why you are right for that job. You know, at least if you don't get the job, you can, if you were going to go to like an employment tribunal, you've got that written proof that you're like, again, I'm really strongly picking up on Virgo. I don't know if you've got like a Virgo placement or a Virgo friend helping you, but it's that kind of like attention to detail, strategy, and like evidence that's coming through. They call me Lamborghini because I know what I'm worth. It just made me laugh. Yeah, be wary of ego. So particularly if you've got a lot of fire in your chart, I was mentioning Leo, or if you're a Capricorn who's on the Sagittarius cusp, you may want to just go and check out Sagittarius's reading, because they had The Man by the Killers, which is, it's a brilliant song to listen to and kind of get G'd up if you kind of like, I don't know, going on a night out or going on a date, or even as a woman, right? I listen to that song and I'm like, I'm a powerful man. But it's like, again, just watch out for overconfidence. Now, it's not just you, Caps, it's everybody. There's something going on. I had a bit of this myself yesterday and I cringed looking back at it. But it's like, there's something going on with ego planetarily, where we feel like we've got to kind of like, you know, say why we're awesome. So just watch out for that. Like my Cappy placement definitely played up yesterday. But yeah, The Man by the Killers. I was also getting Stick It to the Man. So for some of you, I'm really getting this strong thing about like doing something against the grain. So Stick It to the Man, you had Come Together by the Beatles. So obviously this kind of like stick it to the man kind of attitude. The Beatles, and that song itself, Come Together, it's got like such a swagger to the tone of the music. So if you put that song on, and like, I was walking when I was listening to this and it was making me feel like in Mick Jagger or something. I was like, I'm the boss, I'm the man, right? It's like got such a swagger to that music. The image for that song on my Spotify was a zebra crossing and the Beatles walking across it. So it's like owning the streets and breaking the rules, like the rules is a zebra crossing, making traffic stop for you. So the reason why I'm saying this is there's some, I think it's zebra crossings. I don't know. I need to do my driving test soon as well. It's like pelican crossings, zebra crossings. It's the one where if there's people on the crossing, the car has to stop, the people have the right of way. But in my area, like if there's someone waiting to cross, the car has to stop, right? The people have the right of way because it's like near parks and stuff. But a lot of the time, especially BMW drivers, they will just go through. If you're not on the crossing, they'll just go through. And so they're breaking the rules, right? Or they don't know the rules of that crossing. So what you have to do, rather than waiting to see if the car will stop, you have to quite brazenly just walk across the crossing, and then they will be forced to stop. Like obviously you have to be careful, but it's that kind of energy of like, don't give way, you know, take the crown kind of thing, but obviously in a way where you're not doing it from a place of ego, you're doing it from a place of greater good and team, right? Yeah, so that Come Together has this like real swagger to it. And you also had at the same time Old Town Road and Pony, this mashup. I don't know who does Pony. Old Town Road's Little Nas, but it was the mashup by Pomplamoose. And again, it's got this proper swagger to it. So take my horse to the Old Town Road. So again, this kind of like I was walking while I was like listening to this music, and it's like your feet fall into step with this swagger walk, and I was getting kind of like, again, this kind of sense of like you've got your mojo going, you know, you're having a good day, you know your worth, all this kind of stuff, but also something about perhaps allowing yourself to be seen. I was kind of getting like supermodels on the catwalk, you know, like how they do that strut, like they own the pavement, right? The pavement is theirs, the catwalk is theirs, and like how Mick Jagger owns the stage. It's like own whatever it is that you're doing in a very I've got this swagger kind of way. You had like a Will Smith song as well, Switch. You actually had Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. So this, I really feel like you're doing something against the grain or against the norm, right? But I want to say it's like taking something that is established, like taking the rule book, taking the methods, but like doing it differently, like doing it, putting a new spin on things, or putting your own personal style on something. And it feels good. I want to say it's like the advice is that this is good. Cosby Sweater, again, this kind of like swagger song, always 4 moves ahead of my competition, they ain't ever going to stop me. There could be something about chess, I've got that twice for you. Again, that's coming through Virgo energy, like being prepared, thinking ahead, being strategic. There could be something about not the right time. This card came out in the reverse. TikTok or time's up. Struck, catwalk, peacocking. Sometimes that can work for you, right? Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of depends on the audience who's like receiving, you know, that energy. There could be someone around you who's really strutting and peacocking and kind of showing off, so be wary of that too. Own your flaws. So either you are accepting somebody, you love someone despite their flaws, or somebody loves you despite your flaws. I'm inclined to say it's the latter. You had Feels Like This by Maisie Peters. A light came on. How can I resist when it feels like this? So this person that she loves is not perfect. It's not a perfect relationship, but she still loves them. She can't help it. She mentions faded denim jeans, and you also have Blue Jeans by Sophia Karlberg. So somebody could wear jeans a lot. I don't know. You could like somebody who wears jeans a lot. You also had $1 Million Man by Lana. So again, carrying this this message of loving someone despite their imperfections, or like she says, I don't know how to get over someone as dangerous, tainted as, and flawed as you. So again, this could be you maybe connecting with the Sagittarius, because again, the interplay between Cappy and Sagittarius is there a little bit. If you know, connecting with kind of a bit of a destructive Sagittarius, that's not everybody, it's certainly not the people coming to my readings, but it's there for somebody. Or somebody feels this way about you, right? I'm getting a lot of stuff about people trying to fix people. So I think it came through in Virgo's reading first. I think they had Fix You by Coldplay. This song keeps on playing. It keeps on coming up, as does Yellow by Coldplay. It's been coming through here and there in the readings. Sagittarius's title was I Can't Fix Him. And I want to say, Capricorn, either you or somebody around you is not trying to fix anyone, right? It's like loving someone even though they're broken, which is quite beautiful. That's unconditional love, right? It doesn't mean you have to kind of like give your all to them, but you can be like, I accept that I love this person unconditionally. These are my feelings. However, I am going to draw, you know, certain rules or boundaries for myself. So that could be something. Pawns in position. So again, this thing about chess, I heard pawns in position. It's like you've got something all set up, you've been strategic, you've got a plan, like everyone's in the right place at the right time. Again, maybe you're doing something on like the stage, or with work, where it's like everybody has to be in the right place at the right time. It's also giving me pause in position, because Born This Way has been coming up. It's like put your paws up in the air. I got a couple of like intuitive messages that I had as notes on my phone, so I'm just going to run through them. I had a dream about a snake, that the snake was trying to bite me, and it came in with the message, the poison is the cure, because obviously when you milk a snake, you can create the anti-venom or the antidote for the poison. So this, you know, the snake is, yes, it's the thing that kind of gives the dose of the poison, but it's also the thing where you get the medicine from. So the poison is the cure. Somebody has something about snake oil, so be careful of snake oil salesmen. I heard like being friends with a panther. So either someone feels this way about you, or you feel this way about somebody else. Again, that concept of somebody who's dangerous, like being friends with a panther. But I want to say there's been a message coming through in Scorpio and Sagittarius's reading of the panther as something that's protective, or the monster, the dark thing, as something that is protective. So there's a benefit to being friends with something that's dangerous. If you want to kind of they're giving me Playing Dangerous by Blue Shore, so I'm just going to make a note of that. Incidentally, that is a Lana Del Rey song, I believe, originally, Playing Dangerous. So I also got like a magic 8 ball because I heard try again later. It made me think of a magic 8 ball. While I was lacing my joss stick, I tried to strike the match. It didn't strike the first time. I tried it again. It worked the second time. So if something's not working for you now, try again later. Come back to it. I'm kind of getting like the princesses in another castle as well, which is funny because I made a Mario joke this morning. Yeah, it's like it could be love, it could be a relationship that never got off the ground. You're giving it another try. A project that didn't get off the ground, you're going to give it another try. You know, a relationship with an ex that didn't work out, you're going to give love in general another try. So take it as it resonates. The song that came through when I asked for a specific song for you for this reading today, oh, I'm getting tired, was a Kesha song. A Little Bit of Love by Kesha. So I'm just going to read the lyrics to you. It could apply, it could not apply. Just take it or leave it. I'm just shifting around on the stool as well, sorry. So again, I get the feeling of perhaps an ex that kind of shows up drunk and in trouble, or, you know, it could be a family member, it could be a friend. Somebody who shows up kind of like in a bad way, like, you know, wanting to spend time with you on their terms, where I feel like you tend to be a little bit more, you expect a little bit more consistency from your relationships. You expect people to show up a little bit more kind of, yeah, consistently, like not necessarily on schedule, but you've had that thing for a while about somebody who, like, yes, like if it's you, like, yes, your love for this person is unconditional. Yes, you can't help feeling the way you feel about this person, but you've also been becoming aware in the last several readings, it's kind of a running theme of whoever this is for you. Again, could be family member, could be like ex-partner, something like that. You've been getting aware that this person shows up either looking to have a good time, or they show up when they're in a bad situation and they need help, or like they're not there when you need them, or they're not there, you know, they're only there when they need something from you. They're not there just to enjoy your company, kind of thing. It's like there's always something that they want from you, where, like, I think recently it feels like you've been establishing better boundaries with this person. Again, that sense of like, yes, I love you. Yes, I'm here to support you. These are the ways I can support you. These are the ways these are the boundaries I'm drawing. These are things that I'm not going to put up with. So I don't know who that's for, but I saw 2222 on the timestamp. Also quite on, every time I kind of went to take a screenshot of your songs, it was repeating numbers on the phone. So there was 1010, 1111. So you're getting a lot of number patterns. Okay, so a little bit of Love by Kesha. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Babe, I know that it's late. I know that I'm drunk. I haven't had a night like this in months. I walked in the door, that look on your face. Feel like I don't know you anymore. You only want to kiss me. See, sirens blaring. Some of you are like, yep, I know what this is. You only kiss me when I give you sad eyes. You're going to miss me when I'm gone to the afterlife. So I don't know if anyone's using death as a threat. Like, especially if you're dealing with anyone with an addiction, because if somebody has an addiction, they're going to behave in a way where it's the addiction talking, and they're going to say things that are really, you know, really trying to push your buttons emotionally. You know, if you loved me, you'd do this for me, you know, and I'm going to say this, and I hate to say it because it makes me uncomfortable to say this in a reading. I don't know what it's going to do to my views, but not that I get many views anyway, but if I say certain words, like, it kind of hides the video. But somebody could be saying to you, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be alive. Or, I mean, I say this all the time about my Virgo friends, but I say it jokingly, right? But like, if you don't do this for me, I'll myself. You know, so I would say that's a massive, massive warning sign, and it's not okay for people to manipulate people like that. And I think being aware that it's happening is going to allow you to be a little bit more stoic when dealing with this person. But take that as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. If you need to ask for, you know, help from perhaps charities that support people who are supporting people with addiction, then obviously keep looking for any advice that you can get. Are you going to miss me when I'm gone to the afterlife? I could use a little bit of love tonight. big red hearts, sunglasses on, the ones that light up, and swear warning, you didn't even give a fuck. I got a janky tattoo like we used to do. Oh babe, what happened to us? So it feels like attention seeking a little bit as well. Like, come out and have fun with me. I'm so wild. And I feel like it worked for a long time and it's not really working anymore. You only want to call me when we're in a big fight. We used to have so much fun. Are we even in love? Babe, won't you kiss me? Say you miss me. I was getting something the other day about like you know that True Love song by Coldplay? Tell me it's true love, and if it's not, lie to me. We can make it if we take it to the afterlife. That's dark. Yeah, I don't know. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I don't know. Makes me uncomfortable. Just gonna pop that away. I'm gonna have a drink of water and then we'll do your cards. Yeah, those of you who've been with me for a while and remember the traditions, it is Thursday. I have not heard the beep beep truck yet, and I've had my coffee, so I've actually got like pink collagen. It's like a disposable. It's like a what are they called? Not disposable. What's the word? Like a fizzy tablet, you put it in water. I usually take collagen tablets because I'm old now, right? Kind of like as just a pill that you swallow. But I accidentally bought these ones that you have to like dispose. Why do I keep on saying dispose? That you put in water and it kind of like makes the water into like a pink fizzy drink. And I don't normally drink like flavored water, so it's not my favorite thing. But it's cheaper than getting my other supplements, so I'm kind of persevering with them. Okay. Again, Virgo energy is coming through and you're reading really strongly. I may put it in the title, but like kind of like health kick side of Virgo. Maybe you're on a bit of a health kick, which I want to say is good for you, especially if you're the one dealing with addiction, you know. Again, that thing about like, don't look at it, throw yourself into some other task, distract your brain. Okay, what do we have for caps, please? What do we have for caps today? The flame. Yeah, do you know what? I knew it. You know when I was saying like, I was lighting the joss stick and it took 2 attempts. It's like getting something started, getting something lit, right? And you also have that Maisie Williams song, which was like the poet. Maybe some of you are poets. Maybe you're connecting with somebody who's a bit of a poet. You have that Maisie Williams song as well. Let me just double check the lyric. Feels like this by Maisie. Sorry, Maisie Peters, not Maisie Williams. She's an actress. She says something like about a light came on. Yeah, that's it. A light came on. So the flame, eternal flames coming to mind. Relight my fire, but I take that. Kind of these songs that I have attached to this card. Anything could be significant, or if not, just leave it. So it's like waking up inside. All these songs, you're getting so many songs, caps. Wake me up inside, actually. No, it was Going Under, the Evanescence song that played yesterday as well when I was getting songs for your reading, but I didn't make a note of it. The fire, the spark, the glimmer. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. So maybe like the solar plexus chakra, so like what, the third chakra, second or third chakra, I'd say. When it is lit, we are connected. Again, the second chakra I do associate with that panther energy. So, it could be kind of like sexual kundalini, or like just feeling empowered, like feeling your own energy, feeling your own source of strength. If we go one up to kind of the third chakra, that is more to do with like feeling inspired, feeling stretching yourself, looking for new opportunities, feeling kind of invigorated, like feeling the sun on your face as well. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. That's interesting, this idea that life is a sacred gift, again, especially if you've been dealing with addiction or somebody with addiction, because that's really self-destructive behavior. And that song by Kesha, which is talking about the afterlife, this is like the desire to live. This is like having something to live for, feeling inspired. So that kind of like getting your mojo back, I really, really like it, caps. Life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten and protect the flame. Again, if you are Sagittarius cusp, go and check out their reading. No matter how harshly the winds around you blow, it could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, oh my God, the mystic or the shaman would call you to the language of the flame. Right, we're going to have to read the poet as well. When light, health, again, health kick, I mentioned that. Mental clarity, good digestion. When dark, excess heat and anger, complete darkness. So, what that means to you. Go deeper, the light you give off by Rumi and Gerhard Richter's candle paintings. To enliven the connection with this archetypal energy, practice the candle gazing technique called Trataka. Notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to the room and creates a sense of reverence. So look for sources of warmth and light. You know, it doesn't have to be a candle. It could be, they're actually showing me, if you ever go to a concert, you know, and they wave the lighters in the air, so that could be something that you've done recently, or just standing in the sunlight, when you feel, when you stand facing the sun and you feel the sun on your face and you feel the warmth it gives you on your skin, and you can, even though your eyes are closed, obviously don't look directly at the sun, but you know, you can tell the, you can, even with your eyes closed, it's like, you know, the brightness is there. Notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to the room and creates a sense of reverence. The archetypal fire is at the beginning of all transformation, purification and manifestation. Nearly every spiritual lineage honors the flame. I'm really excited for you, Caps, because again, I know a lot of you, and again, like the feedback I get off the readings and things like that, some of you have had such a tough time of it over the past few years. And I know, like, most of the people who've been coming to my readings for a while, and I know I don't have a huge audience, but I know that you've been doing that work. And I can, you know, just reading the energy and like reading it week after week, I can see like that descent into that underworld, you know, the descent into the dark places and fighting those inner demons and going back to your past and your childhood and, you know, rewriting those memories, rewriting those scripts. Funnily enough, I watched a Batman clip, you know, the cartoon Batman. It was Harley Quinn, and she was in her own mind going back to the moment when she jumped into the vat, right? Because like Joker persuades her, and she says, I always thought he pushed me, but I'm here watching it back now, and I actively and willingly jumped in. And she takes control of the scene, so she walks back into her own memory and confronts the Joker and stops herself from jumping in, and she takes control. So sometimes through doing exercises like that, which I know I talk about in your readings, and I know a lot of you have been doing, you know, it does empower us. You know, we take control of that darkness within. So the poet, the artist, the witness, the truth teller. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid, right? Feel all the things. They must seek out the truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all. I feel like Scorpio got a lot of Shakespeare this week, so I don't know if you're connecting with the Scorpio or you have Scorpio placements. Regardless of our relationship to creativity, when the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet resides effortlessly between the personal and the universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. So maybe Pisces energy. I feel like Aquarius used to get a lot of poetry if you got those placements. Who is Capricorn this week? Tell me Capricorn's energy. Oh yeah, truth. You have figured something out. Wow, look at that. Completion, closing out a cycle. You've learned everything you can with that cycle. Again, it could be with a specific person or a place or a workplace or a project. Something is wrapping up. Something is like, I've learned everything I can from this situation. I've progressed as far as I can. And now now I'm ready for something new. With the flame kind of being like the Ace of Wands, and the Sword of Truth being like an epiphany, clarity. Like it is like something waking up inside. It's like having a moment of revelation or clarity or inspiration. Like there's some kind of clarity and truth that is coming into your awareness because you've learnt your lessons and you're closing out. Yeah, look, Ace of Wands right under that, and the Nine of Cups. You know what you need to do to make yourself happy, and you know that your happiness is as important as anyone else's happiness, right? You don't have to please anyone else. Like, yes, I want to say Capricorn as an earth sign, as a nurturing sign, those people who are really close to you, you know, your kind of inner circle, you would do anything for. You would die for them, right? You would, you know, protect them with all your energy and everything you've got and all your resources. You would do anything for those who are like, right, you know, properly close to you. What are they giving me? Hold on. Yeah, they're giving me the Arlo quote again. It's come up 3 times now this week. I've only known Arlo for 3 hours, but I can never get the time right. But if anything happened to him, I'd attack everybody in this room. So, you know, very Capricorn energy. My daughter posted this gif of like, it was like cartoon cats as the star signs, and Capricorn's reading had like a little knife, like it was like ready to fight. I don't know why that's coming up, but it is. So ready to fight because you found something to believe in. Ready to fight because you're passionate about something. That's what I'm feeling. So let's pull you. That's too many. Some kind of event could be coming up, celebrating milestones. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm going to just take a second because that is a lot of energy. Just be careful because you're feeling a little bit hyper. I'm actually going to swap the decks. You feel like you're having some sort of sugar rush, like overexcitable. Muse Tarot, that is an interesting choice. Feeling Muse Tarot. I love the Steampunk Tarot for you as well because it is a little bit dark and you do have that edge to you. I am hearing that you've been overgiving. So you've been giving to something because of that big heart of yours that you keep so well hidden. It's like you've been giving to someone or something for too long. And it's like... There's the beep beep truck. It normally comes backwards down the street and it went forwards down the street today. I feel like I need to go and get my coffee now. 6 of Emotions, nostalgia. That's why. Okay, yeah, you've put up with something for too long because you've been nostalgic about it. You've got all these memories in your head of like the good times, you know, the time when they did wear the big stupid sunglasses with the hearts on or whatever it is. It's like you've got all these memories of the good times in your head. I'm hearing pack your bags, it's time to just move on, which is I want to say staring at your window with a suitcase in my hand, John Bon Jovi. I'm also getting something about patterns repeating, like a little bit of history repeating. You get so many songs. Like almost like stuck in a loop, right? But then it feels like going around in circles and then suddenly recognizing that with enough energy, you can just like catapult yourself right out of that situation. It's like, do you know what? It really feels like all of a sudden having this moment where you think, oh my God, I matter too. Like, I've been worrying about everyone else for so long. Oh my God, it's hitting me. Like, that hit me right in the 3rd chakra as well. It came from the stomach, that. It was almost like a sob. Like, I've been giving to everybody else for so long. I've been putting everybody's needs above my own in a way where I've not even been considering my needs. Again, Virgo coming through very strongly. Like, I've not even... Like, it was almost like your needs didn't matter, Caps. And it's like this sudden... It's like a sudden epiphany where it's like, oh my God, I matter. What I want matters as much as anyone else, right? We should, what we want should matter equally. Oh, I feel sick now though. It was like a proper like stomach sob and it's just left me feeling sick. Okay, feeling inspired. That makes sense why we've got the Muse Tarot. What's going on for Caps? Well, you're not... Right. Whatever was causing that kind of mental blockage, preventing you from moving forwards, it feels like Hangman energy. It feels like suddenly seeing something from a different perspective, or suddenly thinking about something the way you've never thought about it before. And it feels like liberating. It feels like it's like a door has been closed to you and you'd convinced yourself you couldn't go through that door. It's like you imagined you were shackled and you imagined that the door was locked, but all of a sudden you realised that you could click your fingers and the shackles would fall off and the door would disappear. It's like you've been keeping yourself trapped. Look, oh my God, like the Night of Inspiration. Look at that horse. Like, look at him go with all the fireworks and the flame and the passion and the excitement. And they're off, I'm hearing. And all the bets are off. There's death. Why is death there? Because I think you've realised you have to end something. Because I think you've recognised that you need to have a fresh start, to put the past behind you, to close that, to not only go through that door at rocket speed, but to slam it shut and nail it up. Like, whatever that was, you are not going back there. That is done. I mean, we'll clarify, but... yeah, something was missing. It's just like a blind spot. It's like you just didn't... It was like there was just something that was like in plain view, right there, really obvious. And it's like you're almost kicking... It feels like that to me, like you're kicking yourself because you didn't realise it sooner. It's like suddenly that picture's been filled in and you're like, oh my God. I can see clearly now. Yeah, look at that. It's like it's completely flipped. Look at the imagery. It's like that blind spot in your awareness, like looking at it, and almost like it's got this energy of like turning it inside out, right? Because now the light's on the inside and she's pushed back the darkness. This always feels to me like a portal opening, like the door is open, like something, you know, like somebody's holding back something so that you can get through as that horse energy. You could have Sagittarius in your chart. This is also Scorpio. Now these cards do have traditional meaning, but visually what I'm seeing, just because of this... because this is a card about feeling mentally trapped, and it is in your thoughts. It's got this weird feeling of like entering another dimension, or like the upside down of Stranger Things, you know, like everything's back to front. It's like going into that blind spot, and as you move through the blind spot and come out of the other side, or like flipping something, it's like completely turning something upside down and seeing it from... I don't even have the words to explain what I'm seeing here, like, but look at the imagery, look at the colours. These are different artists, different decks. Like, that is so similar. There's something about that, right? That, the colours and the kind of triangular shape. Oh God, I know what it is. Right, okay. So sometimes you know, when something just clicks, sometimes I get this, like sometimes I see images visually, and it kind of represents something, and I start to get this kind of like code words with my own spirit guides or whoever the messages come from, you know, and sometimes they show me to represent the soul. They show me or the heart, right? The soul or the heart, you know, the part of you that cares, the part of you that feels, as a diamond, right? And normally it's multifaceted. It's especially for Libra. Libra always get like the clear, transparent diamond. Like you can turn it around, you can see right through it, you can shine a light through it, you can see all the true colours, and it's very open and honest and clear. Now you have come through in the past as this kind of obsidian. It's making me think of another reference as well, like almost like an obsidian diamond, which doesn't make sense, but it's like a black diamond where it's got a mirrored surface, because you hide your emotions, you hide your feelings. And because, I mean, a couple of years back when Pluto started shenanigans in your chart, you know, it was like you'd gotten cold. It was like the light had gone off in your heart, but it's like you're lighting up again from within. So that it's like that thing that you weren't looking at, which was something to do with your emotions, something to do with your own emotions, your own feelings, because you had those songs about like don't even look at it, right? And it's like something waking up inside you, like a flame being lit inside you. Look at these, like a spark going off, a flame being lit, a match being struck inside you. Because this is like inside your own soul, like being inside yourself, kind of like hermit mode energy, and shining from within, right? It's making me think of, I'm not going to do too many spoilers, I'm going to be very, very careful about what I say, but I've been watching it's like Lord of the Rings, what's it called, like Rings of Power. I've been watching Rings of Power, and again, I'm going to do my best not to kind of spoil anything, but at one point somebody was holding this like this precious metal, and it looked a bit like a crystal, and he was saying like it's almost like it's got a light inside, and it's something about the symbology of that seems to be there for you. You're always a little bit inscrutable, you're always a little bit mysterious, like a little bit philosophical. I mean, you're coming through with the poet, so what's going on in your action space? Oh, why have I swapped decks? That's curious, isn't it? You didn't see the truth. There was a blind spot where you didn't see the truth, right? Interesting, we've got the Knight of Wands there as well, and the Knight of Wands there. I'm going to continue using this deck. I feel like there's a reason why I did it. Getting in control. It's like getting in the car and going, getting on the motorbike, because the horses can symbolize, like the chariot's a car, the knights symbolize motorbikes. Like getting out on the open road, getting out, feeling free. Maybe you are getting your driver's license, getting unstuck, getting untrapped, and doing it from deep emotions, deep emotional truths. Why did I? Yeah, it's like spirit's helping you to move on from something. They're helping you to see the truth of something where you've had a lot of burdens, a lot of baggage. What are we on? 47. Just thinking if I want to clarify. I don't feel like I do. I almost feel like I want to leave it as something a little bit mysterious. Do you know what I am? I'm going to go, just again, because it's kind of like a bit of a symbolic thing. I don't feel like I need to clarify what that is, because I feel like whatever your blind spot was, whatever you felt was missing, whatever made you feel stuck, whatever you thought was missing and made you feel stuck because you didn't have the truth, you didn't have the clarity, or you were believing a lie, you are going to have this moment of, it's like a wake-up call, a moment of impulse, like it's like an impulse to move, an impulse to take action. Tell me about the Night of Inspiration then, in the emotions. The Hierophant. It's almost like a voice from God, right? It's almost like a divinely inspired Nine of Cups to do something emotionally independently. It's like something that you want to do for you. There goes the truck. It didn't back out, it must have turned around. There's something that is just between you and God. There's something that is coming from deep within you at a soul level, and it feels almost, I don't know, it's just something that really, really speaks to your soul. about making yourself happy, about looking after, it's like not even like looking after number one, that feels wrong. It's like looking after yourself, because you recognize that, do you know what, your wishes matter, your needs matter, your happiness matters, and almost feeling supported by the universe in that. I really like this reading for you, Caps. Really like this. So good. It does feel like, oh, it almost feels like as in your readings, I've kind of been supporting you through those trials, and supporting you through those dark moments, and saying to you that is a light at the end of the tunnel. You are gonna get out of this, right? It's like I always knew this moment would come, and it's been gathering energy, and it's been gathering this feeling of like, you know, like saying like you're getting your mojo back, but this feels like, oh my god, that feeling again in my stomach. It's like it feels like, I mean, it's almost like a sucker punch. It's like realizing something and it really kind of being like a punch to the gut, but in a way that liberates you. Does that make any sense? It's like realizing something that you should have realized a long time ago. What's the Seven of Inspiration? Look at that again. Absolutely. What is this about turning everything on its head? It's like where there's darkness, there's light. Or see, I saw the Seven of Cups before. The Seven of Cups talks about overwhelm because there's too many options. I mean, it could be partners. It could be, they're giving me Dua Lipa, the one. I could be the one, be the one, be the one. It feels like you, again, that thing about you being the one, right? It's like put yourself first. Like fill up your own cup before you try and like run around solving the emotional needs of everyone else. It's like pour all that love you have into yourself, right? It's like they're giving me Wolf Alice as well, the light shine on you. I'm getting so many songs for you. I'm not going to be able to put them all in the description box, but that is mad. Look at that. I was saying like it's like going into the darkness to get to the light and coming out the other side of it with this entirely new perspective. That's so interesting. Right, the Chariot. You want to express something. You've got control over your emotions. I mean, this is poetic. It's Pisces energy. It's impulsive. You want to say how you feel on something. And I don't know if this is you expressing your feelings to a specific someone. But again, you got in a lot of Nine of Cups energy. So you're really coming through with like, do you know what? It's like that. I've got to put my own gas mask on first, right? It's like, do you know what? These are my needs. These are my, you know, you talk about, it's like, I don't know why I feel like I'm having this conversation. You talk about your emotional needs a lot. These are my emotional needs. These are my feelings on this situation. And it's almost as though this is the epiphany. Like you didn't realize that you were allowed to talk about your feelings. You didn't realize that you had to keep them all bottled up. You didn't realize that your needs matter. It's like something like that. But you're in full control. Look at that. You always get the deer. It's like you're in control. You're bringing that light and dark into alignment. You are having success with something. Right, okay, so why is death there? Why is death there in your feelings? Well, you could have lost a family member there. You could have lost somebody. Death doesn't always mean death. Look at the star. Death doesn't always mean death. Death means but a profound ending. Something that, unless it's followed by the Judgment card, there's no coming back from this. This is something that is ending. And you feel this. You know this to be true. For some of you, it could be a person, and it could be a parent-child relationship, which is very, very difficult. And I'm sorry if that's the case, especially if you're the parent. But the star card here, it's like, makes me think of that beautiful end to of its metamorphosis. And maybe you're seeing endings as, instead of seeing endings as an end, like a death, you're seeing it more as a transformation. You're seeing it as a metamorphosis. You're seeing death as change, which is the true meaning of the card, right? It's like this phase has ended, we're in a new phase, you know. And this is something with the Daughter of Wands. It's like when we wrap things up, when we close out cycles, look at the sun. Look at the sun. It liberates us, it frees us, it makes space for new exciting things to come in. And I feel like whatever this is for you emotionally, yes, it's exciting with the Daughter of Wands. That's like the Page of Wands. It's like running with this idea, having this light bulb moment, having this inspiration and running with it, right? Like making a plan. But you also are showing with the Father of Pentacles. So I want to say you do feel capable. You do feel like you've got a handle on things. You know that you have the skills to do this. And with the Star, it's inspirational, it's divinely guided, it's incredibly healing. This is a very, very healing energy. So you may be healing your own personal relationship with grief, you know, your own understanding of mortality and what happens after we pass. I was picking up on this, and I didn't say it, but I'm going to throw it out there because it could be something for somebody. It's like maybe you've always been very stoic about death. Maybe you always thought either when we die, we're gone. You know, we're flesh and blood, we're mortals, and when our life ends, we're nothing anymore. Some of you could have been raised in a religion or a culture that thought that death was something to be feared. I was talking about this in someone else's readings as well this week, where certain religions are like, you know, death is judgment. Death is, you know, you might go to hell because of your actions unless you know, are perfect, and then you go to heaven. It's like a scary thing in certain cultures. Other cultures have different ideas about what happens in the afterlife. You know, Buddhists believe in, you know, having multiple lives on earth. You know, Mexican culture has a beautiful relationship to death and endings. So we just had the Queen's funeral. It was a very, very solemn affair. When my Nana passed away, I felt her energy so strongly. She felt like, and it's, I don't remember if I talked about it or not at the time, because I was aware that my family perhaps mourn in a traditional British way, where it's full of pain and grief and scripture and these kinds of things, where I, as somebody who reads energy, when my Nana I'd been to see her, and she was trapped in a chair, and she was barely able to move anymore. She couldn't talk. Her body had stopped functioning. You know, it's like, you know, talk about the chariot, you know, sometimes the body is the vehicle for the soul, but her soul was so bright, and her soul was aching to, it felt to me like to get out of that body like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon, and to go and dance. You know, she used to dance with her husband, who'd passed years before her, in a dance hall. And so to me, whenever I connected to her energy, she had this fantastic, she'd lived in Africa as well for a while, so she had this fantastic kind of, all the songs that were playing for her just felt like I wanted to get up and dance and move my body and do the salsa and kind of be really sexy with my body. And the message that I felt she was giving me was like, enjoy your body while you have it, enjoy your youth, enjoy feeling things and being physical, and, you know, see your life as something that's beautiful. And to me, she passed a few days, I knew when she was passing because I felt it. I felt this chrysalis energy of her just emerging and just flying up to the stars and being free and liberated. And it was a celebration for me. It's something joyous, because she'd lived this brilliant life, and she was so, you know, her body was not working for her anymore. And for a woman who had been so independent into, you know, for as long as she possibly could, to suddenly, you know, thankfully for a very short time, to be almost like a baby again, right? Almost something that was so dependent, it was very difficult. It was very difficult to see. So I remember holding a hand and kind of channeling in this bright light energy. You know, of course, the sun is a star, and you know, I was imagining the center of the sun and like the, you know, that kind of universal love energy and the brightness and the divinity of it. And I was just kind of like trying to, because she couldn't communicate, I was just trying to fill her with this beautiful bright white heavenly light. And she went, oh, like I can't make the noise. It was like a like she felt it. And I was like, I just felt like this really strong connection with her. So that's really personal, but look at that happiness. 10 of Cups. It's like, it could be that you lost somebody for some of you, and you're seeing the signs, you're seeing the it could be that they're communicating with you, you know, and it could be that you dream about them and they say something profound to you. I think, was it Sagittarius had this thing about, something a friend once said, or something a partner once said, like, or a sister, it was a sister, like something your sister said suddenly making sense. So it could be like somebody said something really poetic to you. Look at the mirror. Someone said something really, and Thanatos, which is death, but it's followed by the seed, new beginnings, and Anima Mundi, which is everything that is, you know, both sides of the mirror. Yeah, it could be somebody said something once to you, you didn't know what it meant, and then it's like suddenly realizing what it meant at the perfect time when it really makes an impact. The Eight of Voices, feeling very, very trapped, but not being trapped. Mentally trapped, not physically trapped. Mentally trapped because you've got a decision to make. What's the decision? What's the decision? You know, you already know what you're going to choose, is what I'm hearing. It's maybe a secret. You may be saving money for something. You may be very guarded about something. You may be trying to draw your people, your loved ones, closer together and holding on tightly. Again, it's got a sense of like saving money for something. Whoa. Yeah, it's like the betrayal sets you free. The venom is the, you know, the venom is the cure. Whatever made you feel betrayed, it could be betrayed by God, betrayed by life, betrayed by, it's like, why would I believe in God anymore if they do this, you know? It's that kind of feeling. It feels like a profound betrayal, but at the same time it liberates you from whatever was making you feel trapped and stuck and blind. You know, once I was blind, but now I see. So yeah, it's like a painful truth, but it's, let me get a card on that. Why are you giving me that word? Are you going to answer? Not the devil. I heard the word annihilating. You've defeated your inner devil. You've defeated your shadow. Or you've got a new perspective on it. Something about yourself, some dark part of yourself that you were avoiding looking at. You went into it. You found your power. You became the panther. It's like the devil works for you now, right? In that kind of like Carl Jung shadow energy. You're not, it could be that you were, you know, you had some kind of addiction or obsession, something that kept you feeling small and chained and stuck. But no more, you've got options and you've got clear direction. It feels like you've defeated the devil. Like the devil thought they were betraying you, but it's what you wanted, something like that. It's like, I don't know if it's like somebody's shown the true colours or playing the devil at their own game. There's something like that there. But it's to do with you. It's to do with your own, something about yourself that you weren't looking at because you were hiding something. Okay, let's just get your advice card. No, they want my phone again. Where is my mind by the Pixies. With your feet in the air, it's exactly the feeling of that reading. Everything's topsy-turvy, right? You've gone through the mirror. With your feet on the air and your head on the ground, try this trick and spin it. Your head will collapse and there's nothing in it. And you ask yourself, where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, except for little fish. Bumped into me. Swear he was trying to talk to me. Koi. Koi. Where's my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. Everybody Loves You by Charlotte Lawrence. I'm so tired, I have to tame my mind before I get too frustrated. Can't go back in time to change in someone's eyes that I was not something to play with. Try not to talk about it. I'm too mad, I'm too late, I'm too gentle. It's too hard to explain, I'm not helpful. It's my body and I'm trying to hate you because I want to. It's my body and I'm trying to, well, everybody loves you. That has the feeling of somebody who's been taken advantage of physically, but you know, they're the only person who knows, and everybody else, I don't know, again, it could be family member, church, I don't know, like, you know, everyone loves them, even though, you know, they're this secretly this horrible person who did this horrible thing. Sometimes I close my eyes amid the dancing lights, when it feels too wild for breathing. I can't sleep at night unless I start to lie and believe it like a story. So I try not to think about it. So insane, I'm used to my nightmares. It's okay until it's not and I'm back there. No. Why does everybody love you? They don't know enough about you. Do they know that I regret you? Do they know I shouldn't have to? But, Caps, you're breaking out of this. This is not keeping you trapped and small any longer. No blame, no blaming yourself. You see it clearly. You've had that epiphany. And you're ready. You're ready for the next chapter. You're ready for something new. Poised. Essential meanings: being ready, bringing something to light, again, it feels like you had something a while back that was like knowing the way the devil behaves, right? Knowing the devil's strategy, like how the devil moves. So I don't know if this is a specific person, but it's like playing them at their own game, thinking 4 steps ahead, and then being like, checkmate. Is how it feels. It feels like, you know, they've walked into, almost like they've walked into their own trap, or they've walked into a trap of their own making, because you knew it would play out that way, is how that feels. Okay, the oracle message, so general message. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. You do, that's what I feel. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. Confidence, not ego, right? This is an auspicious time to begin new things. Hear the crows. Got a few crows in this reading. There's some here, and you had that one on the Hierophant card as well. The crows are getting chatty. If you're asking about a specific relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. When you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. I love this for you, Cass. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. They're showing me the 7 of Cups card again with 1 cup that's facing the sun. Yes, you've got a lot of offers. Yeah, if you are taking advantage of that, that's absolutely fine, as long as you do it with you know, high honor and stuff like that. But it's like that, you know what you want, right? So just because you're being offered a lot of things doesn't mean you have to take all those offers. You're quite clear about what makes you happy or who makes you happy. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. If it's career for you, you have every reason to feel confident. Everything you need to make your success concrete is now at your disposal. You can take action knowing that you are ready to step into your power, into your light, and into your service to the world. The direction you're moving in is your destiny. Your soul is smiling with joy as you align with the truth. So there's some scary cards here that you're kind of rolling into, but I feel like it's almost like knowing something's coming, seeing it coming, thinking 4 steps ahead, and moving really strategically in a way that you get unstuck, and almost like the people around you who have been acting low vibrationally are self-sabotaging, which is allowing you to almost sidestep the whole issue itself and come out of it like completely dependable, completely reliable, completely ready for that new chapter, in a way where it's like you've washed your hands of something, is the way it's coming through. All right, that's really interesting. I really hope it was helpful for you. Best of luck with whatever you're doing, because I think it feels really good. It doesn't feel like you're doing anything kind of selfish or low vibrational. It feels like you're doing something because you know that you're the right person to do it, because it feels exciting and inspiring to you. And that's the reason to do things, is because you're enthusiastic about it, right? That everything turns out better if it's something that you're invested in. But you have to push through that, whatever that kind of like wall is. Which I feel like you're already, like I say, it's like you're already 4 steps ahead of everyone else. So you're going to be okay. All right. I hope it was helpful. Do take care of yourselves. Cappies. I'm glad that you're looking happy. Do take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.